What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank be chopping, and I'm back with another video. Today's video, we're actually gonna be doing a clipper comparison. Let's get it. So the two clippers we actually gonna be comparing are two of my favorite clippers. We actually gonna be comparing the Babyliss LoProFX and the Babyliss LithiumFX. So like I said, these are two of my favorite clippers right now. I can alternate between using which one and which one I like more. It just depends on the day sometimes, But I wanted to give y'all some insights to these clippers because I have had people ask me, which one do I like better? What's the difference? So I decided to do a video, and I am gonna be doing this video slightly different. I did take a page from Rum Barber's book, and I'm going to be doing something similar to the way they do it. But let's go ahead and start talking about these clippers. Now, before we actually get into talking about the specs and the differences and which one I like better, I just want y'all to know that some of these things that I'm going to tell you are strictly my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to value my opinion. You ain't got to like my opinion. You ain't got to listen to it. You can go find another video. It don't matter. But I just want y'all to know that these are my opinions on these clippers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first category that I wanted to talk about is weight. Now, depending on what type of clippers you like, lighter clippers or heavier clippers, this might vary from barber to barber, but me personally, guys, I like a heavier clipper. So with that being said, when you lift both of these clippers up, you can tell that the Babyliss LoProFX is a heavier clipper, and that's because you get a metal house clipper opposed to a plastic clipper. Now, once again, guys, I'm not saying that this one is better than this one. I'm just giving y'all my personal opinion, and when it comes to weight, I'm gonna have to give this one to the LoProFX. Now, the next category that I'm going to be talking about is ergonomics. Basically, how do these clippers feel in my hand? Which one do I think feels better? Now, upon picking both of them up, let's go ahead and start with the LithiumFX. Just looking at this clipper, you can tell it does have a nice ergonomic shape to it. It is slightly thick in this area, nothing too crazy. You can still grab it and adjust the lever as needed fairly easily. And then when we grab the LoProFX, it doesn't feel as bulky in the middle area. This one happens to be a little more thicker towards the top, but it does come with a little indentation right there for your thumb. It's got these grooves in the back that way your fingers can fit there nice and comfortably. I feel that it's a little easier for me to adjust the lever. And honestly, guys, they both feel comfortable in my hand. But the one thing that really kind of swayed me to saying one over the other is gonna have to be the way we turn these clippers on and off. Now, when you have the LoPro in your hand, it's really easy to reach over here with your thumb and turn the clipper on and off, opposed to when you have the LithiumFX in your hand, you gotta move the whole clipper up and do this to turn it on and off. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give the point to the LoProFX. So now I'm going to be talking about the strength of these clippers. When you turn both of them on, they both seem pretty powerful. When you're cutting hair with them, they both actually work really good. Now, the motor on this clipper has 6,800 RPMs, and the motor on the LithiumFX has 6,500 RPMs. Now, just by reading that, you would obviously know that this one is stronger, and it is, but that's not to say that this was not strong. I've used this one to debulk hair. I've used this to do the whole haircut, and you can get the job done with both clippers, but this clipper just happens to be stronger. Therefore, I have to give the point to the LoProFX. Another category that I'm going to be talking about is something that's important to me. It may not be important to every barber, may not be important to everybody who's watching this, but it is important to me. So the category that I want to go over is quietness. Now, when you turn both of these clippers on, neither of them are really loud, but there is one that happens to be slightly louder than the other. So let's go ahead and turn both of these clippers on. That way y'all can see which one is louder. So here is the Babyliss LoProFX. And here is the LithiumFX. So I don't know how it sounds on the mic, but when you actually turn these on side by side, the Babyliss LoProFX happens to be louder than the LithiumFX. The LithiumFX is a quieter clipper. Now, the clipper noise isn't something that necessarily bothers me. I do like the light hum that this clipper does give when you turn it on and you're cutting with it. Therefore, I have to give the point to the LithiumFX. Next category is runtime. Both of these clippers you actually get a 2-hour runtime with. Now, you may be able to use one clipper a little more than the other, but I don't think that's necessarily because one runs longer than the other. It may just be the amount of time that you have it on while cutting. Now, even though I did say it was a 2-hour runtime, once again, that's 2-hour runtime continuously. So if you're using these clippers throughout the day, you're not gonna have an issue with these clippers dying within 2 hours. It's obviously gonna take longer than that because we're not leaving these clippers on through the whole haircut. Obviously, we're gonna be turning the clippers off when we're using the shaver or the trimmer, etc. Therefore, since they both are a 2-hour runtime, this category is going to be a tie. Another category that may sway some people's decision is price. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know the price of these clippers. Now, the LoProFX you can get on the Babyliss Pro website for $199.99, and the LithiumFX you can actually get for $174.99. Now, you may be able to find these clippers cheaper, on different websites from local distributors, but online on the Babyliss Pro website, that's the price for them. And also, guys, I just want to throw this out there. If you are interested in one or both of these clippers, you can actually purchase them from the Babyliss Pro website and use my discount code TANK10, and it'll actually bring that price a little lower. But like I was saying, guys, just off the price, the LithiumFX is a more affordable clipper, so therefore the LithiumFX gets the point. One of the last categories that I want to talk about is the blade. So when you're looking at these clippers, guys, they both have the wedge blade on them. However, I just feel that the gold wedge blade happens to work slightly better than the graphite wedge blade. Now, I know the graphite wedge blade is supposed to run at a cooler temperature for longer. I understand that and I get what's going on there, but for whatever reason, when I'm using this blade, I just like the way that it cuts better. I just feel that when it's fading, it just works slightly different than this blade. And I know some people may come for me in the comments and tell me that that's not true, but once again, guys, these are my opinions. And like I said, guys, I just like the gold wedge blade slightly better than the graphite wedge blade. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give this point to the LithiumFX. So basically, guys, we have a tie. The LithiumFX came in with 4 points and the Babyliss Pro came in with 4 points. Now, I know you might be thinking like, bro, this is gimmicky. Like, how you gonna give them a tie? Well, it's because honestly, that's what I feel about these clippers. They're both great clippers. They both can get the job done from beginning to end. I don't think that it's gimmicky at all. Like, I'm giving y'all my honest opinion on these clippers. Now, going back to the weight or the ergonomics of these clippers, that's gonna be based on preference. So if you like a lighter clipper, obviously you may like this one more than this one. Or if you like the ergonomics of the Lithium more than the LoPro, obviously you're gonna lean more towards the LithiumFX. So once again, guys, these are just my opinions, and I just wanted to give y'all some insight on these clippers based from my point of view. But with that being said, guys, that's basically it for this video. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if new to my channel, make sure and subscribe one time for your boy. But that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.